Dan Perry here with another Dan on Tech command prompt video. In this video we're going to learn how to move around in DOS in different directories. We're going to learn how to create new directories and remove directories. I'm hoping that the watcher of this video already knows the basic structure of Windows directories and directory structure. I'm showing my Windows Explorer here, and in my Explorer window I have a C drive, a D, which is my DVD. I have E, F, G, H, and a USB drive, I. So I've got a number of different directories, or rather drives here. And in Windows we always label drives A, B, C, D, E, and so on. Your first hard disk, or now it could be a SD, is C. And then beyond that it goes D, E, F up through Z. So you could potentially have 26 different drives on your system. Within that folder, if I open up my C drive, I have a number of different folders or directories, using those interchangeably, as well as in this case a few files. And if I were to go into one of those, then I may see other folders and eventually some additional files. And moving down in that directory structure allows me to navigate around. If I want to move back up in Explorer, I just click back. That structure in Windows allows me to navigate. So if I've got my C drive, and the root or top directory is always C:\\, then under it I may have a series of additional folders, maybe one program files. There will be in Windows a users. There could be a number of other folders. Under users in Windows, every user that logs in will have a folder. And in any of those folders or directories, you can have files. So how do we navigate and move around in those files? Well, I have on my G drive a folder called DOS CMDS, or DOS commands, and I'm going to use that to navigate, and we're going to use this folder for several of the videos upcoming. Now, right now, if I do a directory, a dir, I'm seeing a single file. I'm seeing two things listed as a directory, a dot and a double dot. We can use or will use those for navigation. If I want to create a directory, I can use either the MD or the mkdir command. And if I do the /? For help, I can get the help, and you'll see the help is very simple on that. It's basically the mkdir, or the shortcut MD, being the exact same command, and then the path that you want to create the directory. So I'm going to create a directory called ONE, mkdir, and if I want it under the current directory, under this DOS commands directory, all I have to do is type the name of the directory. If I do a dir now, I can see that one directory is listed. I can also supply the complete path. So this is on G, so I could do G:\/ DOS-CMDS \2. And this will create a directory underneath the DOS commands folder, which it happens to be where I'm at, called 2. And you can see 1 and 2 are listed there. So both of those will create the directories. So I have my directories created. There's also a file I'd created earlier called test.file, and notice its size is 0, it's empty. So I can create directories that way. Now I could also have used the MD command. And let's go 3. And if we do a directory there now, 3 is also a directory listed. Using the MD or mkdir, I can create a directory. I can move from one directory to another with the change directory, chdr, again, /?, and it gives me the help there. Rarely does anybody use the chdr. They'll do cd. cd does the exact same thing. And I can do change directory. I'm in the DOS-commands directory, and I know that from my prompt. The prompt in Windows shows what directory and drive you're in, what the default is. So I can change directory into one using what's called relative addressing, or saying, based on where I'm at, I want to move, in this case, down into that directory. Notice my prompt changes to 1. Had that directory not existed, I would have gotten an error. So if I did a CD to 1 now, I'm already in 1, and there's nothing underneath 1, so I'll get an error, can't find the path. When I look at my directory, that's because there's no folder or directory under that. Now I can also use complete paths. I could do CD, and I could do /DOS-commands, and that will move me from the root into the DOS commands, and then into the 2 directory, and now I'm in the 2. So I can move back and forth using the change directory command. And there's currently nothing in that folder. I can also move relative or move up using the dot and the 2 dot commands. So if I do cd ... that moves me up 1 level. So now I'm in the commands directory. I'm going to move back into 2. I could do cd ... /..., and in this case that would move me to the root directory. So ... is the directory right above where you're at. So the first 2 dots moves me up 1 directory into the DOS commands. The second set of dots moves me into the root. If I do cd ... that specifies the current directory. It won't move me. I could, although there's no reason to ever do it, I could do cd ... saying current directory /3, and that would move me from the current directory into the 3. I don't really need to use that dot because I'm already there, but it would let me in that directory. Again, cd ... would move me up a level. If I want to get rid of a directory, rmdir, if I do the /?, to get the help, not much to the help, there's an /s that says not only remove that directory, but also move the files and subdirectories under it. And there's also a quiet mode that doesn't ask about removing directories. The shortcut is RD, and if I do an RD and I do 3, that removed 3. It didn't ask me. So 3 is gone. I'm going to create a file in the 2 directory, and we'll look later at ways of creating files, but I'm just going to create an empty file into the 2 directory. And if I look inside that 2 directory, I see that test file. Now if I try to remove it, rd2, I get the directory is not empty. So I have to do one of a couple of things. I can go and empty out that directory. I can delete that file and any other subdirectories. Or, when we did the help, remember we had that S So if I do rd2/s, it says, hey, are you really sure you want to do it? And if I say yes, that would delete it even though there were files in it. So that's how we move around from directory to directory, and how we create and delete existing directories in Windows, in the DOS command prompt in Windows. Thank you for watching this Dan on Tech video. Please subscribe to this playlist so you don't miss future videos. Please check out and subscribe to our other Dan on Tech channel playlists.